Alright, so, to begin with, a 5-star review. I was proven. Verified purchaser, of course. So, I got these for the literal craps and giggles. Mildly edited by yours truly. Oh, my friend Mosby laughed at me, and to torture the people I don't like, I got these little bad boys and was attempting to try them. I mean, when you get the bag, their little faces practically scream out, "Eat me!" So I grabbed about 30 and ate them. Nothing happened. I chowed down on them and a few more, and nothing. I was kind of disappointed, really. Next day at 2 p.m., my stomach started to turn on. I hadn't touched those little bears that day. I ran to the bathroom and it wasn't that bad for me, like other reviewers had experienced. But in 2 hours I went 7 times, and most of the time I spent in the bathroom was a good 7 minutes, so more of like a shotgun spurting thing I'm imagining here. Let's go to about a week or two ago. I had been eating about 5 of these bad boys a day when I finally got bored with them. 2 days after I had stopped, I got this urge to go, but I was like, nah, I'll go later. Stomach didn't seem to think later was an option. I was just laying on my couch when I swear to all the gods and angels that I heard one of Satan's demons speak to me through my stomach. I had to limp to the bathroom as fast as I could. Recently broke my ankle and had a couple of days no cast. I sat down on the toilet. It was like someone had opened a fire hydrant. After I had wiped myself and had flushed the toilet and lifted my derriere from the seat, when I heard that sound again, I sat back down and did the deed. After that second time, my posterior was sensitive. I walked back to my couch and lay down, praying that it was over. It wasn't. After the third time, I grabbed some Pepto, and it felt like I had just sprayed a demon with holy water. Like someone yelled out, "The power of Christ compels you!" My stomach took another turn. I lost count of how many times I went, but I carried water bottles with me, and I texted my friend Mosby, was giving him play-by-play updates. To this day, he still laughs at me. On a side note, I did feel 20 pounds lighter, so yay! P.S. I still munch on these little guys every now and then, whenever I feel adventurous. So, there's one. Somehow just reading LOL doesn't quite have the same effect as LuckyShot screeching in my ear, laughing so hard and I was gonna die. But you know, might have to, next time we do this I'll have to plan ahead and get myself a guest to afflict with these. Preferably someone who doesn't know what they're getting themselves into. I'll have to figure out who that would be. I could see if I can get him. See. LuckyShot, LuckyShot, LuckyShot. See what happens. Please do. I'm not good enough on my own. I get it, guys. I get it. I'm sorry. Mostly kidding. Mostly. Somewhat. Kind of. Not really. I'm being totally legitimate there. Okay. While we wait. Ooh. Oh no, we'd have had to have sent them yesterday. Even if it's 1-day delivery, would have had to send them yesterday. Because they don't deliver Saturday unless you want to pay a lot of money. Anyway, I feel like this is going to be interesting. 5-star review, verified purchaser. Get the farty start. I would back a belated birthday gift. In fact, I would contribute to a belated birthday gift. And I also have his address. There's a thought. Oh, anything they don't want you to. We're not ready for that. Stop. Anyway. Get the party started. I put a huge party bowl of gummy bears out for a Super Bowl at my friend's house. For a Super Bowl party, I'm assuming they meant. I don't like it when these guys don't use good grammar. By halftime, Bruno Mars' performance was unnecessary and wildly redundant. The main bathroom sounded like the tryout room for first chair tuba at Father Carl's School for Mentally Challenged Excessive Oh man. Okay, let's try this again. Try this again. The main bathroom sounded like the tryout room for first chair tuba at Father Carl's School for Mentally Challenged Excessive Salivators. One guy pooped himself in the third quarter. This couldn't have happened during a crappier Super Bowl. We tore up the bathroom. The Broncos stunk up MetLife Stadium. Personally, after reading the Amazon reviews, I wanted Mount Vesuvius, and wish granted. Rarely does a product not only deliver the promised results, but exceed them. Surprisingly, as furious as the anus fire and brimstone rained, the smell of the scene of the extinction level event was trace at best. Kudos to the poo, goes. That is my question as well, Terp. Why did chat get cleared? Did Kuya show up and we're trying to keep him out of the loop? In case Kuya slips in. No. He's aware of the existence of these. Oh dear. I need a drink. This is gonna be an interesting one. LuckyShot, though, he said he was interested in trying them for, like, legitimate reasons. By legitimate reasons, he means he wants to stream and poop himself on stream. I mean, just why not, really? But that's a whole other story. And he's not responding to me. I'm feeling very left out here, LuckyShot. Maybe I'll have to, afflict him later. Something. Anyway, so next one. 5-star review. Verified purchaser. £5 doesn't last long. The first time I opened my bag of Haribo sugar-free, I was elated to hear about the pounding intestinal distress and final experience. I ate 5 to start, waited an hour, 5 more, nothing. What a letdown. I shared 3 pounds with my best friend. A few days later she said, all gone. I couldn't believe it. 3 pounds all eaten? With that to goad me on, I downed a pound in one sitting. Nothing. I waited a few more hours. Still nothing. But then I went to bed. And in the dark of the night, around 4 a.m., I felt a groaning in the guts. Gases were percolating. Terrified, I leapt out of bed and ran to the toilet. Explosions! So here's my advice. Don't bother starting with a handful or even a dozen. Start with a full pound to experience the maximum effects. My friend is asking me for another 5-pound bag, but they've become too expensive. I wonder why. 1-star review. Verified purchaser. Short one. Why is this legal? They were absolutely horrible. This is like drinking 5 gallons of laxative. The Great Flood is the worst part. I had to sleep outside for 5 days because my family didn't want me around. It's been 3 months now and I still can't get the stains off the toilet. Well, apparently some of these people do. Others not so much. Okay. We've got a nice long one here. Wow. This is an interesting one. Okay. It is detailed. And it is extensive. Apparently, this person did some forward planning. Yes, Terp. What's Oh, Lucky Shot's ready for a call. Let's get him in here. Yeah, send friend request. There we go. Hey there, Lucky Shot. Hello?
Hello?
Am I still on Push to Talk? I might still be on Push to Talk. Sorry, I was on Push to Talk. Forgot about that. Sorry.
No, you're good. Hold on just a sec.
Alright.
Just because I'm trying to figure this out. I'm on like my okay. I'm on like my actual phone and I'm trying to see if this works.
It does work. It's a little garbled. By the way, I should let you know. I'm streaming at the moment.
Okay.
This part of it, and to explain to Terp, I've been doing some editing, so it's all okay. Editing on the spot, so we're good.
Okay.
Are you ready, Lucky?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Do you know what's about to happen to you?
I have a feeling and I'm worried. Very worried.
Well, you've been here before. Okay. So I come in here and start streaming, and I mean, everyone's like, "Get Lucky Shot, so he can like cackle in the background again." And I'm like, "Come on, guys, be nice to the man. He's probably busy right now."
Oh gosh.
Well, at least they're not disappointed.
Yeah. No. I had a feeling this day would come.
This day has come.
Judgment Day.
The time of reckoning is upon you.
I'm cackling already, so we're off to a good start.
This sounds like a fantastic time actually to reference a Jurassic Park, the first Jurassic Park. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I'm waiting on you to say it.
Hold on to your butts.
I have a feeling I'm in for a world of hurt.
Oh, we found a great one. We hadn't read it yet. We were waiting for you. Actually, this one is just awesome, just special. All right, no. and it fits my style so well. I'm really looking forward to this. So, 5-star review. 4-star crap. 5-star review. Verified purchaser. Let me tell you a story. A story of 4 innocent teenagers going about their day at high school when things took a turn for the worse. It all started early in the morning, out in the parking lot, when I took the bag out of my backpack, offering it to my friends. I wonder how long they were as friends after this. Probably not too long. Every one of them ate several handfuls of these delicious little things. Little did they know these gummy bears started wreaking havoc on their digestive tract the moment they entered it. Oh, and wreak havoc they did. It was first hour, and I could already hear my friend's stomach crying for help. But being the shy kid he is, he tried waiting out. But it did not abate. He held out until the end of class, and he was very slow to get up and out of his desk, raising himself mostly with his arms, for he was about to let slip tides of hell. Knees crossed, he slowly, methodically waddled over to the bathroom to wage war upon a poor, unsuspecting toilet. To this day, I still feel bad for that toilet. It could have been having a good day until my friend walked in. But, like an unexpected, innocent casualty of war, I had to leave my friend to fight his battles alone. As I walked to my next class, I heard rumors. Whispers of a kid who let a fart loose nearly pooping himself. He had to leave class in a hurry, in a complete rush to the bathroom, and no one had seen him since. I immediately knew that it was another friend of mine, another casualty. It was here that I asked myself, should I have warned them? But I quickly pushed that thought aside. For this day was one of the funniest I've ever had the privilege of witnessing. And my plan was working out without a hitch. Lunchtime. I was looking forward to regrouping with all my friends to see who was left and who had fallen victim to these hellbears. Only one had shown up. I couldn't stop the grin that slowly spread across my face, but that grin was dwarfed by the laugh I gave after lunch. That one surviving friend only survived because he had nothing in his system. Like an unloaded gun. But once that gun was loaded, the gun fired, and fired, and fired again. All four fell victim. All four essential players in the school's football team. All four missing from the game that night. Me and my real group of friends laughed and reminisced as we watched our team lose. We laughed because I had made a nice-sized bet as to which team would win. These gummy bears literally made me money. And that, my friends, is worth 5 stars.
Why has no one in the NFL thought of this? You can fix games with gummy bears.
Oh yeah, just put them in the visiting visiting team's locker room and just see what happens.
Who needs referees when you have Haribo?
We don't know if he slid in the dirt or just pooped himself, Frank.
He looks like he's in a lot of pain there, Dale, and I don't think it's from that last hit he took.
Holy crap! Literal crap! That man got hit so hard he crapped himself! Can you imagine, like, the conversation that it would have to be held by the NFL proper to outlaw gummy bears in locker rooms? Because that would have to be a thing. It would have to be a thing.
Well, if we watch a game at some point this year and we don't see any Haribo commercials during halftime, we know exactly what happened. Preseason football foiled again by those fruit punch gummy bears.
Oh my word. Okay, I have to read this. Sass just whispered to me in chat here. He says he saw one that said, I bought one order for the Westboro Baptist Church as a donation. Because we all know how much God hates irregularity.
I'm laughing so hard my daughter's laughing at me.
Was that your wife I heard speaking back there?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I got them both with me. And I don't know if my wife is incredibly amused or not, but I know my daughter's laughing at me in the back seat.
Very good, very good. Give me just a quick second, folks. I need to have a short conversation with somebody IRL, and I'll be right with you. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, goodness.
And sorry about that, everybody else. LuckyShot, you still there? Lucky? Lucky! Oh. Oh, he's muted. Oh, he left. He left me! Tragedy. Abject tragedy. Alright. Let's see. Find another one while we're waiting for him. Oh, he's crying baby. Oh. I guess I'll read some short ones while he's here. Just find a couple short ones here. Alright, let's see. 5-star review. Verified purchaser, of course. Colin Pow. Not Powell, Pow. W. I'm feeling interesting about this one. It made my butt barf. But in a good way. If you're into punishing porcelain, then this product is for you. Short, but effective. 5-star review. Okay. Of course, verified purchaser. They taste good, but I bought them to mess with people. I have yet to have anybody crap their brains out like everyone said. I'm very disappointed. Sigh. Ah. See, that's just sad because you're trying to make good stuff happen. Oh. Another short one here. 5-star review. Poop candy. If you love explosive... Wait, I could almost sing this. I have to sing it like to the tune of Veggie Tales. But I could almost make this work. If you love explosive projectile diarrhea, this is the candy for you. Unfortunately for me, I ate a few handfuls at work. Thought I was going to have to call my wife to come pick me up and bring me home. All of that aside, they are delicious. If you happen to be a vengeful, evil person, buy these and share them with your whoever. After that, it became really hard to sing, so I just kind of gave up on it. But you know, tough. Let me see. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, that's a lengthy one right there. I'll have to save that one for LuckyShot. We'll get some other ones that are a little bit like in between. So tasty. 5-star review. Verified purchase. Wait a second. Nope, that one's not good. That one's not up to snuff. Also not up to moderation. Eh. All right, I have to go to the next page. Just come back to that one. Be sure to buy OxyClean too. Be sure to also buy a tub of OxyClean with this to get the blood and diarrhea stains out of your underwear, clothes, furniture, pets, loved ones, and ceiling fans. It's good, Sass. It's good. It's very good. Ooh, the top positive review. Ideal gift for your congressional representatives. Reviews are so helpful. It's so difficult to be sure you are buying something over the internet that is exactly what you're searching for. I'm sending a bag of these to every member of Congress to show my deepest gratitude. These are only the verified purchases. We'll have to go into the other ones that are non-verified later on. Oh, there's just positive that, you know, we could send this to Congress and get that taken care of. Just to let LuckyShot know. There we are. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Alright. Anyway. 4-star review. Tastes great, but don't eat too many. These gummy bears taste like normal gummy bears. To me, anyway. So I was very happy with them. For someone who is diabetic and trying to avoid sugar, stuff like this is a lifesaver when it tastes great. Which these do. But you really do have to eat them in moderation. I'm a person who can eat a lot of junk food in a sitting while watching TV. I think we may have... Never mind. And I could munch on a few large handfuls of gummy bears without thinking about it. But you cannot do that with these things. You will feel fine at first. But then you'll start to get some bad gas. And then you'll get the runs. In a very big way. But like I said, just be careful. Eat in moderation. Eat in moderation. A dissatisfied customer. Must have changed the formula, or we have iron guts. We bought these strictly because the reviews told us not to. Our sole intention was to place a cup full of these on our counter for one of the unsuspecting housemates or friends to come in and chow down on the delicious sugar-free diarrhea in a cup. First night out, we all get wasted and food challenge our friend to eat as many as he can in one bite. Of course, living by life rule number 38, never turn down a food challenge, he obliges, grabs a handful and chews for the next 15 minutes. We decided this wasn't enough bears, so we made a game out of throwing them at him from across the room while he attempted to catch them in his mouth. This went on for an hour. We also placed bears in his beers when he wasn't looking. All the while, we secretly knew the true meaning behind the games. Afterward, we sat and drank and waited some more, only to be severely disappointed. There was no literal crap show. They did nothing to him! We received the bag exactly as pictured. It was plastered with Haribo and sugar-free. Yet our friend ate them, then we ate them, and everyone else ate them. Nothing happened. The disappointment was almost unbearable. I am perplexed as to how many stars I should give. On one hand, they were expected to be fecal-inducing tasty morsels, which of course would get 5 stars. On the other hand, they are just tasty morsels that have let us down in the bathroom department. For now, I'll give the bears something in between. However, we are still on the quest to find someone with a more sensitive stomach. I'll report back our findings. Edit. I have eaten many of these bears now, and still nothing to be seen. We have fed them to 4 of the people, and they still had no issues. I suspect that many people are sensitive to sugar-free products, which is apparently a pretty common thing. I'm willing to bet the people that have issues with these bears also have issues with other sugar-free foods, and that these bears are more or less the concentrate of the sugar-free ingredients, resulting in many abdominal and sphincter problems. But, you know, thought. Oh yes, I remember this one. Oh, I might... LuckyShot needs to come back, because we have some really good ones that I just want to just nail him with. And just, you know, hard to do that. 10 minutes. And ready to cackle. Okay, this is good. He'll be with us in about 8 minutes now. We're good. I'll save the big ones for when he comes. Okay. Just playing Minecraft listening. I get it. 5-star review. Never mind. 5-star review. I could turn on a face cam right now, call it a face reveal. Nobody would see. It'd be the funniest thing ever. Just say y'all weren't here for it. Interestingly enough, there are other people who said they wanted to be here, and then they're just not. I'm disappointed. I'm sad. Ish, not really. 5-star review. These really work. I read the reviews and immediately sent a package of these to a buddy of mine at Christmas. It had the same gastrointestinal effects described in some of the other eloquent reviews. Unfortunately, he didn't eat them. He took them with him to his girlfriend's and left them there. His girlfriend's 16-year-old son shared them with his girlfriend. Juvenile projectile diarrhea for hours. They both had to call in sick to work the next day. After receiving a phone call from them, he looked them up online. After reading a couple reviews, he realized just what I'd done. He called me up and congratulated me, and together we laughed uproariously. It was wonderful. Oh. Why do they keep giving me so many good ones? LuckyShot, hurry up! 3-star review. OMG, guys! They're like little crack-filled gems. They were definitely a lot chewier than I was expecting, but oh, so delicious! I literally cannot stop eating them! I have not noticed any undesirable side effects yet! But I am prepared for the possible horror that is ahead. Edit. It came. And it went for hours. Hey, Gaming Web! Welcome, welcome, welcome. I was just talking about you and how you said you were going to be here, then you weren't. Yes. Anyway. Oswin is streaming. I did see. He's still streaming? Wow. Because he started like 4 hours ago. No. We're waiting on Lucky to get back for like the good 5. There's like 5 of them. They're just like, these are the best things ever. But wait for him. Self-modded. Very good. Very good. Alright, let's see. Okay, here we go. Yes, Turp, what can I do for you? I'm just, very invested. Get Lucky back. I can't make him come back, guys. He's coming back. He's coming. Trust me. Just trust me. He's coming. But we have to give him like another. It's been like 6 minutes. So like 4 minutes. 4 minutes. He'll be back. We'll get the short ones here. 5-star review. I beat the gummy bears. I ate about 30 of these bad boys last night around 11 p.m. It is now 1:30 in the afternoon on the next day. Only thing they did to me was give me some gas. I am the champion. These taste amazing, by the way. 24-hour later edit. Later on that day, I ate just one to try and convince my friend they weren't that bad. 3 hours spent on the toilet, and 1 canceled kickboxing class later. Needless to say, I give up my throne. Never have I felt so violated. Opening up new tabs so I can keep moving on. Oh, man. 1-star review. Everything you read on here, it's real. God help me, it's real. I laughed in the face of these reviews. Surely they could not be as bad as everyone has claimed. So, being a total gummy bear lover, I purchased a 5-pound bag of these innocent little chewy candies. They were delivered on Wednesday. I had a handful that evening. Nothing. I kept waiting for the effects to kick in, and nothing. I was impervious to the sugarless gummy bear effect. Flash forward to yesterday, when, for some insane reason, probably because there wasn't any food in the house, I ate a pound. maybe 2 pounds of just these. Jesus wept. 4 hours later, Satan set up camp in my bowels, and still has not left. What is going on inside my body is truly unholy. I honestly thought I was going to have to go to the ER this morning. These little hell bears are evil. Save them and serve them to only the truly deserving. I posted a picture of just one gummy bear on my Facebook wall. The title of the post said, "You, my little friend, can go straight to the bad place." I am certain that that is where they originated from. Oh, wow. Wow. That's a lengthy one. Saving another. We're up to 6 for LuckyShot. Or whatever it is. 2-star review. Not an exaggeration. Just the runs. I read these reviews after this went viral and thought this was a joke. I mean, after all, who would really believe it? But let me assure you that this is not a joke. I am proof that there is little to no exaggeration in these reviews. I bought these because I enjoy the other Haribo products. I'm used to sugar-free items. Normal sugar substitutes do not bother me. These have a fantastic flavor and are almost indistinguishable from the normal products in flavor. But a few hours after consuming a couple handfuls, that's when the trouble begins. These had a dramatic impact. I am grateful that this is not a work day, for it would be a shame to waste these. They have to be kept on standby for my next colonoscopy. Their cleansing impact clearly rivals that of the preoperative prescriptions. Something is clearly wrong here. This is not normal or expected from sugar-free candies. I am actually really disappointed that Haribo believes a warning label is sufficient in this case. Please go back to the lab and find a better recipe. Oh, that's just not how this works. But a 5-star review. Fantastic for expelling the demons. I use this as a tasty laxative for when I've indulged in an abundance of rich foods. And within just a few hours, I'm ready to unclog my pipes. Yes, this is just I think this guy might have died. That might be a problem. Says delicious, had about 20 of the bears, 5-star review. So I decided to have a gummy bear challenge day with some of my coworkers. Each have had about 10 bears and are awaiting test points. Stand by for further details. Edit. So 3 hours and 20 gummy bears later, stomach is rumbling and hot farts are blowing. Stay tuned for further updates. ... There are no further updates. I hope he's not dead. That would be a bad thing. That'd be a very bad thing. Anyway, 2-star review. Not a good day at the office. Just not. So I bought a 5-pound bag for my office based on a recommendation from a friend. Well, now ex-friend. These things release the beast within. I had an orchestra of farts and sharts going on throughout my office. I gave up candy, but my employees pounded the free gummies like there was no tomorrow. Our offices smelled like a dozen overflowing porta potties. It was brutal. The sounds, moans, and farts coming out of these professionals' offices was nothing short of a nuclear holocaust. Needless to say, productivity was lost, toilets were assaulted, and underwear was stained. Seeing a grown man holding his butt while running to the bathroom is bad, but seeing tears coming from his eyes while holding his butt is so much worse. One of my guys spent the night on the toilet while home with his girlfriend, who commented as she entered the front door of his house, "Wow, you smell like butt and sweat." The poor guy just sat there and mumbled. Please read these reviews before buying. These gummies are evil. Pure evil. If you're falling off the chair. Okay, great. My cat was just getting pet, and then she decided she didn't want to be anymore. So, she's not being. She's going to be a grouch. Like she always is. Okay. Short one, another one. Still waiting for LuckyShot to get here so we can get into the lengthy ones. But 3-star review. Verified purchaser. I ate the entire 5-pound bag, and I am writing this review from the toilet. It feels like Mount St. Helens just exploded from my butthole. Why? Oh, why? I uttered these fateful words 5 hours ago, when the water fountain of diarrhea started to exit my rear end like an exorcism in full progress. I am severely dehydrated, and have set a new world record for most poops in a 5-hour period, with 9. I am lying on the bathroom floor in the fetal position, just like another gentleman who experienced the same thing, which he wrote in his review. And I plan on spending the night right where I am. May God have mercy on my insides. Oh dear Lord. This guy thinks he's a punster. This could be interesting. 5-star review. Seriously cleansing. What fresh unpleasantness is this? I bought them as a joke, but an hour after eating far too many of them, I broke out in a fever. 20 minutes after that, my stomach felt like someone was playing trampoline basketball and running towards my colon. I barely sat down in time before the first tsunami of poo broke the bottom of the bowl. I'm pretty sure the fire alarm is going off right now, here at work. And it is my fault. But I can't evacuate the building until I finish evacuating my bowels. The first responder beating on the door asking, "Is everything alright in there?" Seriously, dude? Obviously not. The Punami is the reason the fire alarm is ringing. If I could leave, I would. But I can't. Oh, and send the plumber this way. Should you get a chance. An epic fellow. An epic fellow. 5-star review. At first nothing, but then I, like many others here, decided to purchase this product based on the hilarity of previous reviews. Upon receiving the package, I ate about 24 bears, bracing for what I thought would be an inevitable poopocalypse. The bears themselves were good, although a little chewy due to the cold weather. I actually prefer the milder taste of the sugar-free bears to their more tart counterparts. Overall, a good eating experience. Time passed and gas did happen, but not to an impressive degree. Thankfully, it was only gas, too. The odor was foul and sound boisterous, but nothing worthy of an epic poem. If you like gummy bears and some bonus poots for eating them, then I recommend this product. If you expect exactly what these crazy reviews are claiming, then forget about it. Edit. I was so very wrong. So wrong. Thinking these bears wouldn't affect me, I helped myself to about 30 more. This time, only 3 hours into digestion, my behind had decided to perform a dramatic reenactment of the eruption of Pompeii. This part is worth all of its commentary after all. Now please excuse me, I must now return to defiling the bathroom. Let's see, we're yeah, there, wow, that is a really long one. Oh no! Okay. Give me a quick second. I need to turn on a light here so I can pretend like I'm being a regular human being and not sitting in the dark reading gummy bear reviews. Because why would that ever be out of the ordinary? A quick second. And we're back. And I have light. And it's good. It is very good. Still going? It is. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. There's this hole. I wonder if I could do that. I'll do some investigation on the next one. Alright. 5-star review. Verified purchaser. 100% true. Science experiment executed. Remodeling bathroom this weekend. One can only handle so many reviews of Niagara Falls through a coffee straw before the question of, I wonder if this stuff is legit arises. All I can say is that after only 20 of these little sugarless delights, I am now installing handicap rails in my bathroom and suggesting my workplace make them mandatory for every stall. After ripping off my toilet paper roll in an attempt to keep myself from becoming airborne, I now know there are 2 important reasons for these handicap rails. 1, they allow you to have something sturdy to clinch on without damaging walls, toilet paper rolls above the tank cabinets, etc. 2, at some point I know I levitated off the toilet and remained airborne for approximately 5 seconds, as what I can only describe as the force of a Saturn V rocket exploded from my behind. I would load pictures of what my bathroom and toilet looked like, but I'm afraid Amazon will close my account. Had I been able to grab a hold of something and anchor myself to the toilet, say for instance like a handicap rail, I may have prevented what can only be described as Helen Keller playing with a brown spray paint all over the back of my toilet and walls. There comes a point when wet wipes are no longer effective due to the magma exploding from Mount St. Anus and burning sensitive areas of your tush. The wet wipes eventually spontaneously combust. I surrendered and just curled up in the fetal position in the shower and prayed the cold water would never run out. For $35, I got the most amazing abdominal workout of my life and cleansed every toxin known to man all at the same time. That typically costs hundreds of dollars. 5 stars given because these are going to be the most amazing practical joke deer cabin snacks ever. Sensitive rip. What? I think I missed something there, Gaming Web. Oh dear. Oh. Let me see. Sensitive. Where was sensitive? In there somewhere. I am not seeing this anywhere. You remember what I said before sensitive? Because it's kind of a tough word to find in here. Wait. Aha! Found it. There comes a point when wet wipes are no longer effective due to the magma exploding from Mount St. Anus and burning sensitive areas of your tush. The wet wipes eventually spontaneously combust. I surrendered and just curled up in the fetal position in the shower and prayed the cold water would never run out. For $35, I got the most amazing abdominal workout of my life and cleansed every toxin known to man, all at the same time. That typically costs hundreds of dollars. 5 stars given because these are going to be the most amazing practical joke deer cabin snacks ever. There you go. That's what you missed. 4-star review, A Night to Remember. I just bought a bag and sent it to my brother's frat house in Gainesville. Going to tell them it's part of a drinking game before going out and let 20 plus guys fight over the single stall bathroom. This is clearly a cruel man. I like him. We should get him. We should get him on the show. 5-star review. Perfect for business meetings. Note: this is an Amazon verified purchase, so this is real. Have you ever had those meetings where people are just full of crap? You know, they spew it all day long and you can smell it coming a mile away? Well, these little hellbears, placed strategically in candy dishes around the conference room, ensure that those who are literally full of it soon will not be. Put a dish in front of your favorite coworker, boss, or board member, and they will soon no longer be so full of crap. In fact, they will no longer disrupt your meetings with their interesting ideas, because they will be disposing of their opinions in the loo. Have a meeting with that pushy vendor or sales guy. Offer them a few of these tasty treats. Keep a dish on your desk for those special drive-by visits from the boss or that annoying guy from the 3rd floor who just won't shut up. Within 15 minutes, they'll be moving in oh so many different ways, from office to orifice. Their great taste belies the power that they hold. A critical snack for the workplace. I like that one. That was good. Let's see. That was a good one. I do like it. This is not a stellar review. I mean, someone is trying to make a defense for these bears, but their comparison only builds up the argument against them as being a legitimate food. Case in point. 4-star review, they're not that bad. Misspelled there. T-H-E-R-E, not T-H-E-Y apostrophe R-E. Grammar Nazi that I am. It bugs me. Sure, there is a bit of laxative effect, but it's no worse than your average trip to Taco Bell. Now, I'm a person who used to love Taco Bell. And I don't just mean I used to love Taco Bell. I mean, I used to eat Taco Bell, like, all the time. But the last time I ate Taco Bell was in 2011. It's been that long. I had just come out of a church service and had gone to Taco Bell with my friends. We're like, hey, let's go to Taco Bell. I'm like, great. I love Taco Bell. I go in there and we eat something, and we're in there, me and my friends. You can't imagine me talking a lot, but when me and my friends get together, we can talk for hours. But we were kind of holding back this night because we were going to be seeing each other again the next night, and so we only talked in there for about an hour and a half, and so it takes about a half an hour to eat your food, or 45 minutes if you're me and you talk while you're eating. Very rude, but I do it anyway. Sue me. And so 45 minutes after I've finished all my food, we're starting to head towards the door, and I suddenly had to head for a different door. Very quickly. And I wish, like some of these commenters, I could say that I made it all the way to the toilet. That would be a lie. That would be a horrific lie. I'm not saying that I sprayed all of the wall. But there was a nice water line where it ended. About waist height. And I'm 6'3". On a good day. 6'2". So it was pretty high up there. And the thing is, there's only so much you can do to clean that up. It really is. You can pull on their little, like, nothing, non-absorbent, whatever, economy, bulk brand of toilet paper, and you can try and scrub it down, but after a while it's just like it's not coming off. Particularly when you have to try and conserve some of that for you. Yeah. I felt very unhappy with my purchase that day. And I have not purchased anything from them since. And I've considered it like some of these other gummy bear people. That perhaps I should just, so I can lose some weight, eh? Who couldn't lose 5 pounds? But I'm not prepared emotionally to go back and try that again. I'm just not there. It's too much. Too much. Just way too much. And so I don't. And it's good. Anyway, that was my story. Let's get back to their stories. 3-star review. Nope. The side effects are enough to make you change your sweet tooth ways. However, I can't fault the candy or Haribo. They come with a warning on the package about what will befall those foolish enough to eat more than a few of these tasty little bears. If you want to have a good laugh, buy them and give them away. That's my recommendation. Oh dear. Okay. Alright. 5-star review for my sister's 30th birthday. I've just ordered these to give to my sister for her 30th birthday. Now don't immediately assume that I hate her. In fact, I love her. This is actually the perfect gift because Haribo gummy bears are her favorite candy. And my sister has suffered from dysfunctional bowels for as long as I can remember. She even has to take a double dose of milk of magnesia every night. But that still doesn't really help her go. At all. She usually has little rabbit turds once a week. So here's hoping that these will help her out. Fun. Just fun. 1-star review. Do read the side effects. I ordered these without so much as looking at the description. I mean, sugar-free gummy bears, right? Oh, jeez. I had a handful the first day they arrived. They taste awesome. Put the rest away and went to work. Spent the entire day with my gut gurgling. I think those bears were dancing with delight that some sucker had eaten them. Then the bears started fist fights in my colon. By the time I got off work, I had gas pains and praying to fart. Glad I waited till I got to the bathroom as the fart turned into an anal jet engine eruption that had me hanging onto the toilet, so I did not lift off. How could something so incredibly tasty be so hideous? I checked Google and then checked the Amazon page for this item, and I found the warning. And the ratings. Sure, buy this 5-pound bag of sugarless colon blow. The only consolation is that my roomie, who keeps raiding my sweet stash, got hold of a handful. And that was funny. Oh, that's a kid. I don't know if I can read the one about the kid. Well, I don't particularly like children. Another one on the page. Yeah, okay. Good. Okay. I can actually move on to another page without having to save it for them when Lucky gets here, finally. Lucky! Anyway, I'm not salty. Promise. Yes. 1 star. Terrible. Do not purchase this product. All of the bad reviews are true. We received this in the mail yesterday afternoon, and my daughter, who's age 6, my daughter's, I was like 6 and 5. How did he manage one daughter with its 2 ages? I didn't see the S. My daughter's ages 6 and 5, ate a couple handfuls of them, and within an hour, we, the whole family, were so sick. The stomach pain, the cramps that followed were unreal. One of my daughters was even home from school today, still fighting the reaction. This product needs to come off the market, never to be sold again. Very unhappy parent there. Oh Lord. What? What? Was this like a redacted one? Alright. Okay. I have to find a good military voice for this. Give me a second. Here we go. Alright. 5-star review. Battle damage assessment. Fire mission. Gummy bears. Lines 1 through 17 left blank for security reasons. Line 18. Late evening, Saturday the 5th of October. I fired a shot in the form of limited quantities of select test group, known from hereforth as test subjects number 1, number 2, and number 3. The results from the test group came back inconclusive as to the efficacy of the tested munition. Late morning on Sunday the 6th October, I set a beta trap for one individual, test subject number 4, who would be isolated in one area for an extended period of time and would have virtually no choice but to give in and consume an excessive amount of the munition undergoing testing. Unfortunately, I mistook which area number 4 would serve his location period in, but luck happened upon me when subject number 2 and 5 consumed more of the tested munition than they should have. They chose to do so at a most inopportune time, leading number 2 to make a poopy. I can't read that voice. Okay. They chose to do so at a most inopportune time, leading number 2 to make a poopy on the inside of his pants. Twice. Number 5 suffered from not so much a pure poopy inside of his pants, but rather a bout of underwear soiling exhalation that came in volleys over the course of several hours. Early on Monday, number 7, October. Fearing that test subject number 2 and 5 would corroborate stories to determine the source of their discomfort, I carpet bombed anyone who was willing to consume a handful or two of the munition undergoing testing. Test results were mixed, but not as spectacular as the first. Some test subjects reported no reaction at all. Others reported severe gasiness, and the most spectacular report that I have heard was a few cases of extreme stomach pain lasting for several hours. Any greater reactions were able to be denied and covered up. Upon hearing my questioning individuals to assess the efficacy of the gummy bears, test subject number 2 determined my plan. I am unable to effectively re-engage with the 8 ounce of munition that I have remaining. Line 20. Recommend repeat fire mission, but this munition can only be used once per battle space. Mine has been played. Try luck with your own. Clearly a man of great forethought. Something is wrong with this person. I don't know what, but they might be a masochist. Fun on the bun. Ha! Good one, Terp. 3-star review. I can't stop pooping, but I can't stop eating them either. I saw the reviews. I got them from my work candy bowl as a prank to all the buggers who steal my candy. I tried a couple. They taste exactly like real gummy bears. These gummy bears are so good. I ate about 20. Fast forward 2 hours. I'm in the bathroom pooping my mind out. My stomach is growling in fury. But I can't stop eating these gummy bears. They're so good. 4 hours now. I've been stuck in a vicious poop. Eat more. Poop. Eat more. Poop. Eat more. Poop. Eat more. Cycle. And I can't stop. Clearly this fellow is a masochist. Clearly he's a masochist. The end there is just great. Okay. Yep. Believe the hype. I saw this product reviews and told some coworkers, so we bought a bag because who doesn't want to spend the workday on the toilet and getting paid, right? This is clearly a very, also genius fellow. Brought them in yesterday morning and a bunch of the guys immediately downed a handful each. Within half an hour, They were in the bathroom. Best moment of the day was when one of them, who had been in the bathroom for half an hour by that point, texted one of the others, "If you think it's a fart, it's not." Oh, that's great. I love that. That's good. That's a good one. I love it. Wow. That might be the longest one ever. Do this one instead. So, seriously, LuckyShot. Hate to break it to you, but it's been a half an hour. Yeah. Oh, good. We have a few lined up for him. LuckyShot's back home. And we have several for... yeah. Anyway. While we're waiting. 5 stars! Diorific! Don't get me wrong, these gummy bears are delicious. They don't even taste like they're sugar-free. That's where the pros end, though. They need to put a warning label on these. Do not consume more than a handful at a time. That's still too many. As we've learned from other reviewers, we know that the happy medium is 5. 5 only. But, anyway, when I first received these, I was so happy that they tasted so good. My husband and I love gummy candy, so when my delivery arrived, we ate a crap load of them in one sitting. I don't think that pun was intended, but it certainly fits, doesn't it? Fast forward to a few hours later, and my stomach starts making noises that it has never made before. It sounded like someone released the Kraken in my bowels. Suddenly, my husband and I are running to the bathroom, fighting over who gets to go first. Too long didn't read version. These are the best tasting laxatives I've ever had. Now, you see, this creates an interesting question. In terms of fighting over who gets to go to the bathroom first, in a situation like this where you're... Ooh, oh, that would be really mean. I just had a really funny thought. Anyway, leaving that alone. So they're fighting over the bathroom, right? The husband and the wife. Who does get to use it first? I mean, does ladies first count here? Or is this more of like an every man for himself sort of situation? Do they have 2 bathrooms? Do they have a cat box they can use? I mean, there's a lot of ungiven details here that I think would really lend itself to the story. I'm feeling very left out and disappointed that those are not here. Hey, Lucky.
I'm back.
I noticed.
I came in at the perfect time.
You did. As I was analyzing, yeah.
I would say that there would probably be like a gentleman's rule about that, right? About letting the lady go first, but since we've already quoted Jurassic Park once today, then I guess it's when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yeah, very good. Too many variables. Exactly, Sasquatch. Exactly. All right, now we can get into the long ones that we've been saving up.
Okay.
We have at least 5, maybe more, probably more.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm ready.
All right.
As ready as I can be.
Brace yourself. By the way, before we get too far into this, is the sound good on everybody? Are we roughly even, roughly equal? How's that going? Because I mean, if he cackles louder than I can talk, or I talk too loud that you can't hear him cackle, all right, good. Beautiful. All right, just want to make sure that we have that happy medium going. All right.
Right. Of course.
1-star review. Chemical weapons grade gummy bears. I can never go back to my favorite store. Unfortunately, I was unaware of these reviews before consuming Satan's little death bears. After reading that these little jewels were made in Austria, I imagine a rogue Nazi chemical weapons scientist escaped to Austria after the war and set up shop, making unsuspecting masses suffer for their defeat. My experience started, like many others, Some customer dropped off some bags of these for Christmas. After looking at them for the better part of a month, I decided to eat some. After all, why not? First day, I had about 20 to 25 of them. That night, I experienced some slight discomfort and crazy dreams. But I did not associate it with the demon-spawn gummy bears. The next day, I had a handful more of these delicious little devils, and all hell broke loose. After several short trips to the bathroom and gas noises like I have never heard coming from my stomach before, I decided to head home. But first, stop by the store to pick up some antacids. Just as I got inside my local grocery store, it hit me. I broke out in a cold sweat. My hands were clammy, and the pain from my lower intestine was unreal. It felt as if Satan himself was reaching up inside me and spinning my intestines on his finger. I was around 10 aisles away from the back corner where the public bathroom was located when Satan's little helpers let me know I was not going to make it there. I immediately started to walk like I was trying to hold a golf ball between both knees and waddle to the back aisle, all the time praying I could keep my sphincter closed long enough. Those 10 aisles might as well have been 10 miles. It was not going to wait. About this time, I spied another pair of doors marked Employees Only and pushed my way inside. I saw a small bathroom for employees and went straight to it. All the while, a stock boy is trying to stop me and tell me I can't use it. I stiff-arm him from my football days and say in what must have sounded like a demonic voice from hell, "I'm sick. Back off." To my immediate relief, I got the door shut and locked just in time for Mount St. Helens to blow. Unfortunately, I was not able to sit fast enough before spraying the back wall and toilet with a putrid black paint.
Oh no.
At that exact moment, I didn't even care. I was so relieved to have this sewage pouring out of me so violently that I might have been levitating off the seat of the toilet if I wasn't holding on to the handicap bars for dear life. I swear, there are probably small dents in the stainless steel bar where my fingers were. After what seemed like an hour, I felt safe enough to stand and start the long cleanup process. To my horror, I looked down to notice 2 mostly empty rolls of toilet paper. Are you freaking kidding me? This is a grocery store with pallets of toilet paper, right? After several minutes of trying to MacGyver a solution, my only option was to ask the poor soul who had been knocking on the bathroom door for the last 30 minutes to please get me some paper. In retrospect, I should have asked for about a dozen boxes of baby wipes as well. After doing my best to clean what I could, I made my hasty retreat. I've never understood how someone could spray fecal matter on a wall. Until now. Clearly they had some of these delicious spawn from hell. I could never go back in this store, as I'm sure they all have some grainy picture from their video system taped to all the registers with my picture on it as the guy who horribly desecrated their beloved employee bathroom. Thanks, Haribo. Now I have to shop at some more expensive store down the street. I can never show my face in there again. I am still the guy the new employees get told about to watch out for. Sort of an urban legend by now, I'm sure. Read these reviews with skepticism if you must. But if I had seen them, they would have saved me 3 days of my life. I still have some kidney pain, but I am making a full recovery. I would not wish these on my worst enemy. You have been warned.
Oh gosh. I can see, I can see them walking into a store, and some sort of reinforced blast doors coming down over the bathroom.
Yes. It's like, close the blast doors. Close the blast doors.
We have a hole breach in aisle 11. There's a hole breach.
No. Can you just get this? Okay, it's like, clean up in aisle 6. And some guy, oh, okay, grab the mop, goes to aisle 6. Holy God, why?
Clean up on aisle 6 and 7 and 8, probably part of 9.
Captain, we have hull breaches on decks 4 through 9. Was it a torpedo, Mr. Scott? No, Captain. Gummy bears. Did you ever see the original series Star Trek, LuckyShot?
I have not.
You have not? Oh, man, because I had a great joke that would have worked really well if you had, but you haven't. You know, it just messes up the whole thing.
Oh, gosh. I really should have prepared myself better for tonight. Oh, gracious.
Now, before I read this next one, I have to kind of give a little bit of ancillary thing, just because it just works out so well. There was I don't know if anyone else used to watch G4 TV, which was one of my favorite channels until they got taken over by Esquire, which is like, bought by NBC, then changed over to Esquire, and they lost all their good shows. But there was a show on there. It was a video game review show called X-Play. It was great. Did anyone ever see this before? Anyone?
I haven't.
You didn't? You didn't see X-Play? I thought for sure, like, if anyone would, it would do, but that's really G4 TV, exactly, Sasquatch. Anyway, was Tech TV before? I know, but G4 was its most recent, was its last iteration, and it was the one on which this particular Adam Sessler, exactly, they in their like eight-year run of X-Play, they had one episode which I have almost completely memorized everything in it, and it was their musical episode. They actually did a half-hour musical where they would have normally done like a video game review. They did a musical, which was like the X-Play game. It was really good. One of the honestly, it was like one of the better musicals I've ever seen. It was like entirely just for jokes and laughs. Anyway, so in this musical, there is a particular song. I think it's the second to last song. It's called "What Have We Done?" And this next review is titled "What Have I Done?" And so I just want to sing like a small snippet of that one before we get into this, because I just love that musical, and I have so few chances to reference it, and every time I do reference it, I have to give it, you know, some build up and backstory, otherwise people just have no idea.
Right.
It's actually very short. There's not even like all that much to it. It's just like a short little like back and forth between Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb, and then like their video game Demon Spawn, who actually looked strangely like a gummy bear now that I'm thinking about it. But that's a whole other story.
Subliminal messaging.
Subliminal messaging. Seeing into the future. The savants. Anyway, so... Oh, what have we done? This game isn't fun. It thinks it's our son, and it's begun. All out of sorts. We're trapped in this room. We smell dust, sweet perfume. X-Play's met its doom, and we can only assume that it's our fault. What have we done? Oh, what have we done? Oh, what have we done? Yes, just... I'm glad you remembered Sasquatch. It's great. It's on YouTube. You can find it. It's just awesome. I highly recommend it. It's beautiful. I actually memorized every song in there, and I could sing them all right now. That last one was a little bit shaken up, so I could actually just sing it through here and then end it, rather than having to go through the whole "love me" sort of thing that comes in when it's the games part. which is just terrifying. But anyway, getting back into this. Oh, what have I done? Anyway, I found out about these little gems via the interwebs a month or so ago. Actually, I won't do that. Found out about these little gems via the interwebs about a month or so ago. Alright. I talked to my office colleagues, and we decided it was the perfect gift for our field crews who complain about us office guys being soft. We set these out on a Friday, and immediately the guys dug into the sugarless gummy deliciousness. Sadly, it took too long for the effects to set in on that Friday. Apparently, by around 7 p.m. that night, again, this phrase keeps happening. All hell broke loose. Guy number 1. I was at the bar after work with my wife. All of a sudden, I felt an extreme warmth come over my body. Shakiness and the worst stomach cramps I've ever had. I hobbled to the bathroom and had barely sat down when I unleashed a rainbow fury of porcelain cracking excrement. For the record, he didn't say excrement. I used a half roll to clean myself up, checked for cracks. I'm not sure if he's checking for cracks in the toilet or himself, but in either case.
Probably both.
And flushed the gummy bear apocalypse down the drain. I left the bar with my wife, and for the 9-minute drive home, I didn't make it. He had roughly 4 handfuls about 3 to 4 hours before. He spent all day Saturday on his throne, and in his recount said his O-ring actually got so chapped he was bleeding. And asked if there was some sort of medicine for that. Fast forward to Monday, and they haven't figured it out yet.
Oh, gosh.
So, we have guy number 2. I felt so bloated that I wanted to die. Then, out of nowhere, my stomach hurt so bad I almost doubled over. I tried to get in the bathroom, but it was occupied, so I went to the front office bathroom and kinda made it. Found out... well, the reviewer himself. I found out he actually sharted and threw his underwear away. He also spent the day with a wad of toilet paper shoved in his butt crack. Just in case. This is when things got bad, because my desk is only 30 feet away from the bathroom, and the stench was just... I can't even describe it. We sprayed Lysol, but with that, it just smelled like someone crapped and died on a pine tree. And yes, it does sound a little bit like someone at Mari. That was not entirely intentional, but it works. Guy number 3. Now, I feel bad for this guy and his partner. They got called out on a service call in 8-degree weather to climb 40 feet in the air to look at something. Second-hand info from his partner. They farted non-stop from the time he left the office till we got to the job site. 20-minute drive in a regular cab box truck. I rolled the windows halfway down, luckily had some gum to get away from the stench. Dave started complaining about how bad his stomach was messed up, but he climbed up where he needed to be, with another guy on the ground. Dave started his diagnosis and suddenly just stands straight up, looks down at guy number 3 and scuttles to the ladder. He made it down a 40-foot ladder in less than 45 seconds. Then he stiff-legged it back to the box truck. I went to go check on him about 12 minutes later. The smell was horrendous. He tried to make it to the 5-gallon bucket. Because in our line of work, that's what you use with a bag in it. Well, he didn't quite make it. He got his coveralls off, then he got his jeans off, and he was just getting his underwear down when it hit.
Oh, no.
He sprayed 4 feet away from where he was with liquid poo and bears on the box truck floor. That's when he finally made it to the bucket. Turns out they had to scrounge around the job site and find some material to use as oil dry to clean up the mess. The other 3 or 4 guys who tried them also had bad experiences as well. These things are the real deal. Eat with caution or get some revenge on your co-workers. They were delivered to them in a sealed bag with my own personal warning. My body didn't agree with them. The warning is stamped on the back of the bag. These things are basically bagged, multicolored little Satans.
Oh gosh.
And yes, Sasquatch, sorry, toilet, you are the father. You are the father. Wow, can't do that.
Oh gosh. that was actually really, really funny to me because I used to work on heavy equipment.
Uh-huh.
And like my biggest fear was going out to lunch in the heat and coming back and being up on top of a machine with someone underneath me working on it and just knowing I wasn't going to make it.
By the way, the chat thanks you for joining because apparently you add just something special to this.
You're welcome.
Are you covered?
You know, I'll never be right after this.
I know.
This is going to be so much therapy in my later years.
Well, we are actually like halfway through other reviews. I mean, just that's a thing.
Oh gosh.
All right, so 5-star review. Oh God, it's true. Please note that this is an Amazon verified purchase, so everything I'm about to say is true and verified.
Oh gosh.
I've seen these all over the internet and just had to buy a bag because who doesn't love delicious gummy bears? That's what I thought as an evil plan unfolds from my mind. I buy it, came back to my house Monday morning. Immediately before going to work, I grabbed 2 baggies and fill them with gummy bears. Arriving at work, one bag didn't last nothing but 2 minutes. When the previous shift left and wanted some, so I happily gave him. Gave the rest of the bag to a coworker who said, "Heck yeah, I love gummy bears, cuh."
Oh no.
He was also later seen at the end of his shift complaining about that some hot chips got his stomach flipping, along with everyone else that were complaining that their stomach hurts. I laughed the entire day.
Oh no.
But being the nice guy I am, I didn't give anyone enough to place them on the toilet. I later came home and immediately went to make my attempt at eating some of these, so I grabbed a bowl, counted about 70 bears, and took about 10 minutes to eat. 30 minutes rolled by, and I still feel nothing. 8:30 to 40 more, because why not? Still nothing.
Oh no, there's gonna be so much stuff.
So as I hop in bed, apparently there's something about just going prone, which just activates these things.
Yes.
Start to relax and close my eyes. The holy Satan gummy stomach bears have awakened. I hear the drums beat as the sweat drips off my forehead. They slowly take over my mind.
Oh gosh.
To make their holy sacrifice. To meet their spiritual toilet. I clamp down in the seat. The beat stops. And the volcano erupts.
Oh no.
Covering everyone and everything in the bathroom, plus whatever may be nearby. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm too dumb to write a story. I pooped a lot, heard a lot of funny noises, and I think I peed out my butt. By the way, I'm still on the toilet 4 hours later after digesting these delicious monsters. They work.
Oh gosh. I'm surprised these things haven't made it into the healthy public school lunches for a good colon cleanse.
I know a bunch of kids who would probably just jump on that.
Yeah.
You mean I get to get out of class just for eating gummy bears? I'll do that all day long, teacher.
Oh, I'd love to see that called a Haribo headquarters. So, we were told you have a solution to the child's colon problem. We have just the thing.
We got this, don't worry. Oh.
Verified purchaser. Next day, 3 5-pound bag ride.
Just a thought. I wonder if this could cure like paralysis.
I'm sure it'd give it a run for its money.
Because it's like, doctor, his legs aren't working. Maybe he just hasn't needed them to work yet.
Yeah.
Give me 10 minutes. I'll go in the other room and get his prescription. Just leave a bowl of them out, and like leave him waiting in the room for an hour. As he starts wheeling his way out of the office, he's cured. Look at him run!
There he goes. Oh gosh. Oh gracious. Oh gosh. Oh goodness. Yeah, I'm gonna need so much rehab after this.
3-star review. The cockroach of candy.
I like it already.
These things just wait. Now I want to do a voice for one of these. I'm trying to find the right voice. Did Goofy before? Don't want. I'll do the voice on one that's coming up. I know what that one is. Okay, so we'll just do this one straight. These things just won't die. First off, they taste so good. If not even better than the sugar-full variety. That's their Trojan horse. Their saccharine camouflage. Like variable APR, they draw you in as little transactions seem innocuous. Right up until you decide to splurge. As you chew them, you can almost hear them laughing, amused at your pointless mastication. Despite your best efforts, it quickly becomes clear that they have taken up residence intact in your stomach, snaking their way up through your trachea, down through your intestines, transforming your body into a fruity, gelatinous-injected, creepy crawler mold. Get ready. This residency is only temporary. Is only temporary. Like a high-profile hotel guest gone off the rails, they'll stay long enough to party all night, wake up those in adjacent rooms, and thoroughly trash your metaphorical, digestive presidential suite. Until they amble, impossibly still standing, out the lobby doors of your bowels in a slow trickle with the other guests, much like on the Monday morning of a 3-day holiday weekend.
Oh gosh.
One by one, again, still fully intact, they will exit with what seems like all of your bodily fluids, as if your colon was a crowded water slide on a hot summer's day. What's that? The slide is closing? Weather in the area, you say? Sweet relief! Until the clouds part, and the deluge of traffic continues, once again turning your sphincter into an intersection in Mumbai. When you've fully populated your septic system with these, again, fully intact and kicking gummy nomads, you'll begin to question your choices the previous night and throughout your life. As you do have some considerable alone time to fill, as you sit, ravaged, and staring into the void. As the sun oozes over the horizon, marking the end of the porcelain reign of terror, you'll mindlessly eat some more, only to be interrupted by a mad dash to the facilities. Now, Facebook status worthy, you remind yourself to check your weight after this round and do a mental inventory on the toilet paper on hand. Finally, 30 contiguous minutes pass without a biological ELE. The gummy roaches, already regrouping with the strength of their lidocaine bomb shelter exterior, scurry to the hell from whence they came as the light grows stronger. You decide not to make any plans that involve areas without readily available restrooms for the rest of the day, until your Amazon review is cut short by a low, progressive rumble.
Oh gosh. These things should be illegal.
That's what somebody else said, too.
They're awful.
They apparently had fed them to their 5- and 6-year-old daughters and were very upset.
Oh no. Oh gosh. Oh, the evil lurking inside bags of candy. Oh gosh.
All right.
Oh gosh.
Five-star review.
Whew.
The Gummy Colon Cleanse. As some of you know, recently there has been a lot of attention on Facebook about the Haribo sugarless gummy bears sold through Amazon. Like many of you, I have also read these reviews. They are extremely hilarious. As I read, I had tears streaming down my face and laughed so hard that my silent laugh came out.
I can relate.
It was one of the best ab workouts I've ever had. But I was skeptical that they were true. My husband and I even wondered if those reviews we read were a secret creative writing contest. So in my need to know, curiosity always kills the cat.
Oh yeah.
I bought some of the gummies in question. I waited 2 days for them to arrive on my doorstep.
Oh,
Then, interesting that my little thing intersects with hers now, because she says, then, like the curious cat, at 9 p.m. at night. Why do people wait for nighttime? Wait for a Saturday. Do it in the morning. I mean, plan your day around this. Clearly, it's necessary. Anyway, at 9 p.m. at night, I sat down on the couch and ate 14 very tasty gummies. Then I waited, skeptical. An hour and a half later, my belly started rumbling. Gas rumbles carry a very different tune than hunger rumbles. But nothing happened other than that, so I went to bed. During the night, however, I was awakened several times by lengthy thunder rolls under the covers, all produced by Wah. So, as the night progressed, I felt my stomach grow with gas. I also felt like the thunderous gas was about to go from mild annoyance to intense sharting. I just couldn't tell when that would happen. And since I was experiencing gas bombs about one every 10 minutes, each lasting about 10 to 15 seconds, I figured I better get to the bathroom sooner rather than later. After reading the reviews experiencing it thus far, I knew what to expect next.
Oh gosh.
My first few trips to the bathroom were safe. The only experience was the massive echoes coming from my toilet. Picture every sound imaginable, from trumpets blowing in angelic choirs to dying and screaming wildebeests getting eaten alive in the plains of Africa. And yes, you could even hear the lionesses growling in the undertones. The smell was something of a mix of dead and rotting skunk to sewage plant filled with corpses. Probably my 10th trip to the throne, and the sharting began. Explosive. It made my toilet look like it got sprayed with sticky brown confetti. I was impressed. Over and over that happened until the giant finally came at about 8:30 a.m. as my rectum proceeded to give birth to a large size... Okay, try this one again. As my rectum proceeded to give birth to a large-sized poo child into the commode, I completely unloaded. I'm pretty sure I lost about 5 pounds. My poor toilet was completely unprepared for the active war that those 14 colorful little bears raged upon it. Now my toilet is so clogged that the plunger won't even work. I have to wait for a plumber to come clean it out this week sometime.
Oh gosh.
You would have thought it ended there. But no! The rolling gas and bloating continued. But I felt the need to go to the gym.
Oh no.
Clearly, they've never heard the rule, never or no, always poop before leg day. I mean, just like, this is just a rule. You do this. Because after you've done like a bunch of squats with like 100 pounds in your back, or however much it is you're squatting, Ronnie Coleman doing 780s, whatever it is, darn him. I mean, you don't get up off the toilet. You just like call for help and they're lifted. That's an aside. Going back. I mean, I am on a workout streak right now, and I didn't want to break my trend. I thought, no problem, I'll just take 4 Gas X. After eating my minty Gas X, I headed off to the gym with my sweet-smelling breath, and my death becomes... Wait. Wasn't ready for that last word. And my death becomes her spelling badunk-a-dunk. It takes about 7 minutes to get to the gym from my house. It got thick in my car. I obeyed all traffic laws for fear of being pulled over and arrested for attacking. I obeyed all traffic laws for fear of being pulled over and arrested for attacking the officer with lethal gas. My stomach protested the whole ride. Do we have to go? And are you sure you want to do this? I plan on making your life a living hell. Gas worked its way out of me 2 more times from the car to the YMCA gym doors. I allowed that to happen because I had a feeling it might get real in the gym. It was Thursday. Yoga day.
Oh, no.
But due to my situation, I decided to forego yoga. I mean, like, can you imagine if she was doing, like, partners yoga or something? I mean, just, like, downward-facing dog. Holy crap. Literally. I just knew all that bending and relaxing was not going to go in my favor. I was fairly positive I would not have made any friends that day, and I feared might even be kicked out of yoga entirely until I had a physician's note stating I was safe to be around people again.
Oh, gosh.
So I spent my time lifting in the second floor gym. But before that, I decided to go one more round in the women's only locker room. I was hoping that the room would be empty because I was going to be loud. Not so. It was filled with many old biddies walking around in their naked, flabby skin. I guess water aerobics just got out. Moving on. This time I held toilet paper to my sphincter in order to try and muffle the chorus. It worked! But I had to keep switching on the toilet paper bunch because of sharding. Luckily, I kept my hands clean. After 5 minutes in the stall, I decided I'd better head up and get to my workout. I was expecting the bees to come a knocking to check in on me, make sure that the death smell wasn't actually me dying. I spent an hour working out, upper body. I didn't want any jostling causing a slip down under. At about midday, the gas eased up, but it didn't stop until after a full 24 hours. So I decided that was enough to me. I took the candies to my husband's office. He's an OBGYN. I put the colorful little bears in a pretty glass candy bowl. I warned all his staff not to eat them. A midwife didn't believe my warning, however. She got to have her own experience, during which she had to deliver 2 babies.
Oh, no.
Now we are watching the gummies slowly disappear because the nighttime cleaning staff always steals my husband's candy that I leave for him in his office. I'm pretty sure whoever it is will have made an appointment with a GI doctor by now because they can't figure out why their stomach and intestines are trying to kill them every night. I do so hope you enjoyed my cautionary tale.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Mm-hmm. I can see that, doctor. And you ate what again?
Gummy bears. I ate gummy bears.
Yeah. Haven't you read the reviews?
I'm a janitor. What do you mean read?
Yeah.
was very unkind. I should not have said that. I apologize.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Oh. Oh man.
This is a live review. Like someone was writing this as it went on, and they like just kept the page open and kept adding to it.
Oh gosh.
All right. 5 stars. Pretty crappy experiment. I just got these in the mail after laughing my butt off for weeks reading these reviews to everyone close to me. I decided to buy some. Why not? I have been constipated for a week and I love gummy bears. For starters, I rate the taste at a 4. These are sugarless gummy bears. They don't taste like regular gummy bears. If you eat as much candy as I do, you'd be able to taste the difference. Slight difference, but still a difference. Not bad, but not great either. I haven't had any effects yet, but I will update as I go along. I had like 3 handfuls in the last 5 minutes, and I hope that I get cleared out by tonight. Some say I may be stupid, but I have the taste of laxatives, but I hate the taste of laxatives, and haven't had any in years. But I think my bowels need as much cleaning as they possibly can get, so... It's 5:56, I took them at approximately 5:45. So far, only had 2 farts. Just waiting for the show to begin. 7:50. Gas. Not painful, but stinky. Really, really stinky. 8 o'clock. Still nothing but gas. Got on the phone to call my mom and read her some of the updated reviews. Promised to keep her updated with my experiment. From 8 to 8:19, I started munching on these non-stop and lost track of how much I ate. Started getting gas, nothing too bad, but it's most definitely brewing. 8:35. I started to shake. Like I'm cold. Weird. I think it's coming soon. I'm watching Doctor Who and waiting for the time to pass. At 8:40, I started to get skeptical thoughts. Less than a minute later, I had to make a drastic decision. Leave my infant son alone on the couch who had fallen asleep, or run for my life to the bathroom to avoid crapping myself. I'm sorry, son. But mommy had to go. Luckily, he doesn't roll when he's asleep. I was gone for less than 5 minutes. But from 8:41 to 8:45, it seemed like King Fod's fountain was coming out my rear.
Oh, gosh. Oh.
Edit. A week has passed and I finally found out how to make them work. If you're using them as a laxative. I simply eat no more than 8. First time I must have ate a pound, no joke. I love gummy bears. LOL. It'll take a few hours, but you'll have a normal bowel movement and not something that seems like 1,000 firemen combating a forest fire with your anus. Needless to say, I love these bears. A side note. My husband was acting really crabby lately and being plain out mean. I'm not the type to argue. We don't really get into arguments, just the occasional debate with disagreements. On Saturday, he demanded, yes, demanded that I make him some food. When I gave it to him, he then demanded I give him a drink. By then, I was tempted to give him some, but didn't want to blow my cover. Right after I gave him a drink, he once more demands I give him some gummy bears, and then snaps his fingers. Oh, no, he didn't, but oh, yes. Oh, yes, he did. Instead of telling him to stick his demands where the sun don't shine, I realized something. This is my chance. I finally have the chance to do it. I simply smiled, nodded my head, and told him, "Yes, babe, I love you." So I made him a big ol' bowl full of gummy bears. At least 1.5 pounds at the bare minimum. Yeah, he's gonna love these.
Oh, gosh.
I was talking on the iPhone with my older sister whom I read the reviews of the previous week, and I told her that my hubby demanded I make him some gummy bears. I was talking loud so we could hear. I said to her, instead of arguing, I was just going to be a good wife and give my husband some candy because he deserves a snack after a hard day at work. She was laughing hysterically on the phone. I gave him a bowl, kissed his forehead. Some may have called that the kiss of death. And walked away. A few hours later, I was thinking to myself, why hasn't this started to work? But sat back and silently told myself to be patient. Before the night was over, he was running back and forth to the bathroom. I would think he would suspect something. He said to me he shouldn't have eaten so much curry for dinner. Hallelujah, he thinks it was the Indian food. Thank God we had curry for dinner. Lol. All night he was miserable. I chuckled every time he went into the bathroom, and every time he came out I frowned and asked if there was anything I could do for him. He took a Tums at midnight so he could sleep. Lol. Next morning, Saturday, he was crapping all day. I asked if he wanted any more gummy bears. I blew my cover on purpose because I felt bad. He got angry, but it's whatever. He got over it.
Oh, gosh.
This morning on Monday, he posted on Facebook that I poisoned him, and if he dies, it's because I gave him a bunch of laxatives disguised as gummy bears. I told them why, and all his friends and family had a good laugh. In fact, one woman asked me where I got them because if her husband starts to act up, she might take my route of advice. I may stop taking them because well, okay, that's just inappropriate. We're not going to talk about that. That's getting too personal for here. And I'm really not going to read that one.
Oh gosh. Oh my gracious.
But these gummy bears are actually legitimately helping people. Very much so.
Yeah, and ruining marriages.
Doesn't sound like it was ruined. Just sounds like it was made a little bit rocky for a couple hours.
Yeah, that's what you want to call it.
Oh. By the way, this reminds me of a joke. So there's a wife and she goes into her doctor and he's a therapist. She says, "Doctor, I don't know. I don't know what to do. My husband, every time I'm in the room with him, he flies into this uncontrollable rage, and I don't know how to fix him. I'm trying to help him. I try and ask him what the problem is, and I just can't seem to get through to him. What do I do, doctor?" Doctor thinks for a moment and he looks at her and he says, "The next time your husband starts to become angry, I want you to go into the kitchen, fill a glass with water, and drink it." She says, "What?" He says, "Just trust me, it'll work." He says, "Okay." So later that night, she is in her house again with her husband, and he starts to become agitated and angry. And so she follows the doctor's advice. She runs into the kitchen, she grabs a glass of water, fills it up, and comes back and starts drinking the glass of water in front of him. He calms down. And she's amazed. And this goes on for a few more days, and not just is he more calm generally, but I mean, his entire demeanor begins to change. He starts to be happier, smiling, more affectionate, all these lovely things. And she goes back to her doctor and says, "Doctor, it's amazing. How did you know? How does this work?" And the doctor knowingly smiles, nods his head, and he says, "Well, ma'am, when you're drinking water, you can't speak to him anymore."
My wife would give me gummy bears if I told her that joke.
Uh-huh.
Oh gosh.
Oh. You have to catch the VOD.
Oh gosh. Oh gracious. Whew. Are we at the end of the reviews? Have I made it?
Well,
Did I make it?
We're not at the end of the reviews, but I'm going to advance to page 26. That's the last review we'll read tonight. Because, I mean, I do want to keep some for when we do this. You just missed it. Oh, you just missed the doctor part. Well, the end of when she goes back to the Dr. Gaming Web? Okay. Well, he says to her, ma'am, when you are drinking water, you cannot speak. So.
Oh, gosh.
Then we're gonna, yeah. It's a good thing we don't have Nate in here. That'd be bad. I do have one more joke I'd like to read to you, and this is a little different. It's not gummy bears, but it's one of my favorite jokes, and it's long enough that it has to be read because I have just never spent the time to memorize it. Should perhaps at some point.
Okay.
All right. That's the one. Yes. My friend is a rather old-fashioned lady. Always quite delicate and elegant, especially in her language. She and her husband were planning a week's vacation in Florida, so she wrote a particular campground and asked for a reservation. She wanted to make sure the campground was fully equipped, but didn't quite know how to ask about the toilet facilities. She just couldn't bring herself to write the word toilet in her letter. After much deliberation, she finally came up with the old-fashioned term bathroom commode. But when she wrote that down, she still felt that she was being too forward. So she started all over again, rewrote the entire letter, and referred to the bathroom commode merely as the BC. Does the campground have its own BC? Is what she finally wrote. Well, the campground owner wasn't old-fashioned at all, and when he got the letter, he just couldn't figure out what the woman was talking about. That BC business really stumped him. After worrying about it for a while, he showed the letter to several campers, but no one could imagine what the lady meant either. He knew that the jokester lived in British Columbia, but that wasn't what the lady was referring to. So the campground owner, finally coming to the conclusion that the lady must be asking about the location of the Baptist church, sat down and wrote the following reply. Brace yourself. Dear Madam, I regret very much the delay in answering your letter, but I now take the pleasure of informing you that a BC is located about 9 miles north of the campground and is capable of seating about 250 people at one time. I admit it is quite a distance away if you are in the habit of going regularly, but no doubt you will be pleased to learn that a great number of our people take their lunches along and make a day of it. They usually arrive early and stay late. If you don't start early, you probably will not make it in time. The last time my wife and I went was 6 years ago, and it was so crowded we had to stand up the whole time we were there. It may interest you to know that right now there is a supper plan to raise money to buy more seats. They're going to hold it in the basement of the BC. I would like to say it pains me very much not being able to go more often, but it surely is no lack of desire on my part. As we grow older, it seems to be more of an effort, particularly in cold weather. If you decide to come down to our campground, perhaps I could go with you the first time you go, sit with you, and introduce you to all the other folks. Remember, this is a friendly community.
Our people just like to bring their lunch along and make a day of it.
Last time we went was 6 years ago. Just some great things,
Come on, kids, get in the car. We're going to the toilet. All right. I love this time of year.
Pretty much.
Oh, God.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my gracious. Oh, my gracious. Whew. Phew. Oh, my gosh.
Huh.
Oh,
Anyway,
goodness.
I should be looking for a someone to go raid. Free entry. Very good, Sasquatch. Very good. Although a generous donation is greatly appreciated.
Although I actually wonder though, did you start off the night playing something, or did you finally do this as just like a live reading?
I just did this as a podcast.
Nice. I was curious.
Sir Osmond is still going.
Because I was like, wow, you really got off track again.
Nope, I did not get off track. I just gave up. I surrendered.
Oh gosh.
All right. Before we go though, pass the offering plate, please. Hey, kids, bring your own TP. Very good, Sasquatch. Very good. What's going on here?
Gracious.
Evan. Oh. Did you die? Died, didn't you? Yep. Well, I was gonna do something different, but to end off the stream, but it's not gonna happen because I made mistakes. Maybe the next one of these we do, we'll get that going properly. Maybe. I made big mistakes. Yep. It died. All right. Anyway. No spoilers. No spoilers. But we're gonna raid Sir Osmond because he needs a raid. So anyone who wants to, well, there's like 4 of you here. Yep. There's 4 of you here.
The 4 brave souls.
Yes, he's still going gaming web. Sasquatch though is great. Jimmy, what'd you bring to BC? Well, teacher, I brought gummy bears.
Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I made mistakes. There we go.
Hold on, so y'all are gonna raid Oswin?
Yeah, we're gonna raid Sir Oswin.
Okay, hold on, give me just a second.
Alright.
Copy. Let me get in on this.
And yes, I'll post this up on my YouTube channel.
Alright.
Alright. Well then, with that everybody, thank you so much for tuning in for this. We will do this again sometime. Probably next week.
After my lung transplant.
After your lung transplant. There we go. It's good. Yes, Gavi raid. There it is. Gonna raid Sir Oswin. There's your link and everything. But yeah, life should be good. So, thank you all for watching. Hope you have enjoyed. We'll see you all next time. Thank you, LuckyShot, for stopping in.
Oh, thanks for having me, man. It's always fun.
My pleasure, sir. And well, we'll have to invite you back again next time because I mean we just kind of need you at this point.
I'm always happy to tag along.
The only trick is eventually we're gonna run out of gummy bear reviews and then we're gonna have real problems.
I'm sure you'll find something.
I'm sure we will. Anyway, thank you all for watching. We'll see you all next time. Goodbye.